I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another video, man. Y'all already know we're gonna stay consistent. We're gonna keep these videos coming, but we gotta talk about the former champion, somebody who's coming off, a really, hard to hard to see and hard to take in type loss for a lot of Charles Oliveira fans. We gotta talk about Duke Bronx, man. Duke Bronx, he's he's been around a long time, bro. He has so many UFC fights, like 35 UFC fights. He's been through it all. He's been subbed. He's been KO'd. He's lost by the he's been through it all. Charles has been through it all, and then looking at seeing how his trajectory has played out, him becoming champion, him defending the belt, him getting stripped of the belt because he missed weight by zero point 0.5 pounds and still winning, then going to Islam's backyard fighting him when and losing, to now, to him beating Benil Dariush, then going to schedule to fight Islam again, losing to Armand, beating Michael Chandler, now losing to Ilia Topuria. He's been through it all. We've seen Charles go through the ups, through the downs, everything through this sport, bro. Like, we've seen Charles since he was a baby, undefeated, with one loss in the UFC. Like, I think he had one loss coming into the UFC, or he was undefeated, one of those. But, bro, we got to talk about what's next for him, man. And looking at it, bro, it's not an easy road back to the belt for Charles Oliveira. He at 35 years old, coming off a KO loss in round one, where he was out cold, couldn't defend himself. It was really bad, bro. The KO loss, the KO was bad. Like, we knew that was a risk stepping in there with Ilia Topuria, and a lot of people picked him to get KO in round one, But just seeing it happen, it's like, it's gonna happen. Like, you predict this to happen, but then when you see it, it's like, dang, bro. And I'm not the biggest Charles fan, but you can't hate Charles. Like, Charles is such a stand-up guy. Like, he's a family man. He goes to fight. Doesn't Charles is a stand-up guy. Charles is you can't hate Charles. So what's next for him realistically? Like, if you look at the lightweight rankings, Ilia's the champ. You have Islam ranked number one. I think they have him ranked number one because the Title 5 JDM, they want him to have a ranking next to his name. That way it can just look straight on the screen, even though I don't know why they do that. They even have Max Holloway still ranked at featherweight, and he's ranked at lightweight as well at number 5. So I don't really understand that. The rankings, they don't make sense. They do not make sense at all. It's dumb rankings. Max has made it clear that he's moving up from featherweight, and he's not fighting there again, but he's still ranked at number 1 at featherweight. So whatever. But looking at it, Islam, he's lost to Islam. That fight's not going to happen again. Armand, he lost to Armand. I doubt Armand and Charles fight again, even though it's not ridiculous for it to happen because Armand needs to get another win. But Charles is probably going to take a lot of time off. I don't know what's going to be next for him. And Justin Gaethje beat Gaethje. I don't think that fight is going to happen either because Gaethje is saying he doesn't want to fight a contender fight, or he's going to retire if he doesn't fight next for the belt. So I don't know what's next. What's up with Justin Gaethje? Max Holloway's number 5. He's fighting Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier, man, he's ranked number 6 below Max. That's crazy. I thought he was above Max the whole time. That's crazy, but yeah, Dustin Poirier's number 6. That fight's not going to happen. Dan Hooker, I don't think so. I don't think so. But this is where it started getting interesting, bro. Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot, I think Charles beats Gamrot, bro. I do. I think Charles can beat Gamrot. I would definitely lean Charles to beat Gamrot. And I know Gamrot's ranked number 8, but Charles, and he's going to jump up to number 3 just off winning one fight when he just lost to Dan Hooker, who's ranked number 7. Dan Hooker was in the top 5, but everything happened with him getting injured. The Gaethje fight didn't come to fruition, so we know how that went. But Gamrot and Charles, that's not a bad fight. I mean, matchup wise, yes, the style would give Charles a lot of it poses a lot of threats to Charles' style because we look who he's lost to: Islam with the wrestling, Armand with the wrestling. Ilia didn't really wrestle him, but that's the type of kryptonite style that I think gives Charles a lot of problems. But I think Gamrot doesn't have the best chin either, and I don't think Gamrot KOs Charles. He could probably hurt Charles, but I think Charles beats Gamrot, bro. I wouldn't mind that fight for a main event, a co-main event. You can do that 3 rounds. I like that fight for Charles a lot. Benil Dariush, he already beat Benny. Paddy Pimblett. Paddy needs another fight. He needs another fight before he can fight for that belt. Paddy's ranked number 10. I'm just saying, bro. Patty versus Charles in Abu Dhabi in October. Is that too quick of a turnaround though? July, August, September. I mean, that is a kind of a quick turnaround from getting KO'd in round one. But Pereira turned around fast after he got KO'd by Izzy. You know, we've seen people turn around fast after getting KO'd. Volk did, but I know he fought Ilya, but we don't got to talk about that. But I think Patty and Charles is an intriguing fight. And if Patty is able to turn back Charles, no, if Charles is able to turn back Patty, excuse me. If Charles is able to turn back Patty, it gets really wicked up there then, because I know he's going to probably have to need 2 more. But he holds his ranking. He could probably fight the loser of the next title fight. Or he could fight the winner of, no, he could fight Max Holloway if he wins or loses. Like, I like that Max fight for Charles as well. Like, honestly, I probably would lean Max to win that fight, but I could definitely see Charles winning that fight, bro. That's kind of, I'm not really, set on who I would pick to win that fight. But that's a fight I like a lot too. Charles versus Max Holloway is a great fight. I like that fight a lot. Looking further down, but Patty and Charles, that's definitely a fight I wouldn't mind seeing. Fiziev's not going to get a shot at number 3. I don't think that's going to happen. But I can see a world where the UFC is like tries to get Fiziev to the top because Fiziev has a fun style and he comes to bang, he comes to scrap. But I don't think that happens. Moicano, that's not going to happen. Chandler, we know that's not happening. Sant Denis not happening. Grand Dawson not happening. But if you look at the fights that I named that I think are definitely possible, like the Patty Pimblett, the Max Holloway, like I like these fights. Dan Hooker isn't a bad fight either. I think Charles beats Dan Hooker. Like I think Charles beats Dan. Dan was in the top 5 and he was going to get a shot at number 3. So why not? Why not do Dan Hooker versus Charles? I like that fight for Charles. I think Charles beats him. I think he subs him. Hooker definitely could catch him, but I think he beats Dan, bro. Like honestly. And Gamrot, that's another fight that I wouldn't mind seeing. I like that fight for Charles. I like these matchups for Charles Oliveira. These are fun fights. These are good matchups stylistically. Well, not the Gamrot matchup, but the Hooker matchup for sure. The Max matchup, I like that matchup. Patty be kind of different because both of them are really like grappling based jiu-jitsu guys, but Patty does like have some power. He's really like tricky on the feet. That's an intriguing matchup. Patty wants to come back in October in Abu Dhabi. Charles Oliveira, I don't know what he's going to do because he's 35, so I doubt he wants to take like 9-10 months off, but he did just get KO'd in the first round, so he probably won't even be cleared to fight by October. So I don't know. I don't know, but then again, I want to see Charles because I wouldn't be mad if he retired. I know a lot of people say he should retire, but every time someone gets KO'd, they say you should retire. Like when Max got KO'd, they say he need to retire. When Volk got KO'd, say he need to retire. Like if you get KO'd, everybody just thinks, oh yeah, you need to retire. Izzy got KO'd, say you need to retire. Even though I wasn't like mad at that one because like bro, like you have nothing left to prove. Like you have nothing left to do at the sport. You just got KO'd. Like 0-3. Like yes, you should retire. But Charles, that's his. I know he's on a 1-fight win streak against Michael Chandler. Not the best, and he did go to decision with Michael Chandler. But I think Charles has some winnable matchups still, bro. He's not going to fight Dustin again. He's not going to fight Gaethje again. Arman, I doubt that fight happens. But the other fights in the division look really good, bro. Like, outside of the top, the top 10 is some intriguing matchups for him. But outside of that, I don't think those fights happen because Charles is ranked number 3. Like, by the time Islam fights JDM, he might move up one. Or Max Dustin, I think they might move up over Gaethje. Well, I think Max will move up if he wins over Gaethje. I think he's going to move up anyway, bro. He might stay the same. So, it's definitely some fun matchups, especially if Max is able to get past Dustin. I like that fight for Charles. I don't care if Max loses. Even if Max loses to Dustin, Charles versus Max 2. Charles versus Max 2. That's a great fight. They fought a long time ago. Max was able to take on because Charles hurt his shoulder or something, his neck. And, we can do it again at lightweight. A lot of these fights can happen again at lightweight. I like it. Max and Dustin happen again at lightweight. These are fights that can happen again at lightweight. Why not? Both of them outgrew featherweight, and they are decently sized lightweights. Yes, for sure. I would love to see Max versus Charles, too. Because Gamrot, I would love to see that fight just because I heavily lean Charles in that fight. Dan Hooker as well, I would heavily lean Charles because I think he finishes both of them. But, once again, I don't think anybody has that ability to do what Ilya did to Charles. What Ilya did to Charles, Ilya just is a different breed. Ilya just hits different. And I don't think anybody else in that division does that to Charles Oliveira. I don't think that happens. I don't think he gets slumped out cold. I can see him get knocked down by a lot of these guys, but slumped out cold by Gamrot, slumped out cold by Dan Hooker, slumped out cold by Paddy Pimblett. I don't think that happens. I think they can hurt him, but the way Ilya did Charles, I just don't. I don't think that happens. I really don't. Like, it's some fun fights for Charles, and definitely if Charles is going to want to get back up there to the title, but especially as Ilya's champion, he's going to have to, like, if his arm line is a little different, but Ilya is champion, I think he's going to have that belt for a little minute. So I think Charles knows he's going to have to need like 2, 3, like 3 realistically. And he doesn't have that much time because he's only getting older. He's 35. Gaethje's 36. Poirier's 35 or 36. Max Holloway's 33. Hooker's 35. Like, a lot of these guys are older and lightweight, and the new guard, it looks like they're coming. Roofy's coming. Like, don't be surprised if you see Roofy versus Oliveira. Don't be surprised. No, let me chill. They wouldn't do that. I hope. But I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another video. Y'all let me know who y'all think is what y'all think is next for Charles. We just gotta keep these videos coming. Let me know what y'all want to hear me talk about. I'm gonna keep these videos like, I'm gonna make them stretch longer, bro. Cause I got a lot of stuff that I could yap about for a long time, but I be trying not to because I be like, I need to be on a limit. But y'all just let me know what y'all want to hear me talk about, man. What y'all want to hear me yap about, man. I appreciate y'all boys tuning in. I love y'all, and as always, I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.